What's up? What's up? What's up, man? We back. We back after a brief 3 weeks away. Uh, first and foremost, I'd like to apologize for my absence. We had some family issues going on, but we back, man. Um, Welcome to Nothing But DOGScast. I'm your host T, and you know, first and foremost, shout out to sponsors. Segment sponsored by Nails Next Door. Visit nailsnextdoor.com for all your nails needs. She's located in Charlottesville, Virginia. And also, Gold Club K9 Group. Visit goldclubk9group.com and use discount code BDP for 12% off your order. Um, you know, Today I got a special guest. I got Dust from Big Time Bullyz in the building. And this episode is called, what is this episode called? We're gonna bring him in. We gonna get to it. Hey, content doesn't create itself, man. So
Yes,
we here.
sir.
What's going on? That's how you doing, man.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about you?
Hey, man. Blessed, man. Blessed.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up. I
man.
appreciate you inviting me on.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you being on. I appreciate having you.
Yeah, I
I
love
mean,
what you're doing, man.
yeah, man. You too. You too.
Thank
It's,
you.
it's,
Thank you.
it ain't easy, man.
Nah, not at all, man. Not at all. It's a lot of work behind all this stuff. So people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. Everybody want a YouTube channel, so it's time to do the work.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, just running around trying to, we're just shooting some content right now, trying to get that done, trying to make it here on time. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I just pulled up right now, whipped
Okay.
the laptop out. So yeah, just busy, man. You know how it is, just running around.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So you know, tell the people a little bit about yourself, and
All
then we're
right.
gonna jump into the interview.
Yeah, for sure. So like you said, I'm Dust from Big Time Bullyz, uh, Big Time Bullyz YouTube channel. And we just out here trying to show love to everybody out here breeding and stuff like that, and give everybody the opportunity to show themselves on a bigger platform.
Okay. Yeah. So your content is based on smaller kennels in your area right now.
Yeah, right now I'm starting off, with local breeders, people I got access to in the immediate area. I do plan on traveling this summer, linking up with different people out of state. And but first and foremost, I just want to look out for the people around me. You know what I mean? Because those are the most of the people that I reach out to, and I just been seeing them do their thing, and I just feel like we just need to get more exposure for what we're doing out here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I'm kind of working both angles right now with the bigger kennels and the
Right,
smaller kennels, trying to get everybody involved. Um,
right, right.
so I think that's a big thing for everybody. Like I don't want to feel like anybody's getting overlooked, you
Yeah,
know.
that makes sense.
Um, and everybody has beautiful dogs, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And and the thing is, it's all in what you see in your dogs. It's not about everybody else, unless you're showing your dogs, and then you got stuff to prove.
You getting judged then. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, and I had an interview with the guy. His name's Jason from Big Time, from Bad Bully Cartel. I'm sorry,
Okay.
and he said the same thing, man. It's all about what you see in your dog and how you love your dog. You know what I'm saying? So, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, man. So as far as your content goes, um, what do you look for when you putting out your content? Because I know, like for my content, I don't edit anything. So
Yeah,
whatever happens on the show happens on the show. Whatever said
right,
is
right.
said.
Yeah,
And that's just to keep the organic feel to it. Like I don't like the scripted feel.
right,
Um,
right.
you know, but I know your content. You do things a little bit different. So give everybody a little detail on yours.
Yeah, well, we do different segments on the channel, and so we have a lot of interviews on there and interviews that we haven't uploaded yet. But with the interviews, I try to make people feel comfortable because um, a lot of people aren't used to just being on camera.
Yeah.
So that's where the editing comes in because, like I said, I'm trying to show love. I don't want to make anybody feel like they said something that they regret later or anything like that. So we kind
Yeah.
of edit it to make them look good. And, I kind of give them a little rundown of what are the questions we're going to ask them and things like that. So the interview part, we do that. We just pretty much just break it down, like ask people, how long they've been in the bully game, the ins and outs, maybe some problems they've ran into, and also what's their future plans, you know what I mean, and things like that. So that way people can get a little bit more insight of who they are as a person and a breeder. And it's been great so far, because I've even had some of the guys that we've interviewed after we've uploaded their interview to YouTube. People have seen the interviews and then reached out to them and said, "Hey man, I seen your interview on Big Time Bullyz. I really liked it. I really like your dogs." And so that was my whole goal, was to help everybody get more exposure. So far it's been working out good. And so that's that segment of it. We do the interviews, and then anybody who's watched, they've seen some of my vlogs. I just kind of vlog it out, man. Just maybe, like, I have one that's called Morning Routine, and it's just me waking up. And everybody who has bullies, they know their little routine, man. You gotta wake up, feeding, dog poop, clean up, all that kind of stuff. So, it's a couple different little segments of the channel that we got. We have some stuff that we haven't uploaded yet, but it's just gonna be different segments. So we're just breaking it down in segments, interviews, vlogs, and maybe some how-to videos later on and stuff like that. Just all bully related stuff. Just trying to help out, man. I really don't try to act like I know everything, because I don't. I'm constantly asking questions, always on the phone with different breeders.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows everything about these dogs, man, because it changes every day.
Yeah.
Whether it's the look, it's the colors, it's the merles, it's whatever's popular at the time. So you got to ask questions.
Yeah, that's true.
So as far as the way, how long have you been in the bully game?
Well, so me personally, I first started breeding pit bulls maybe around the year 2000. So I even looked at some of the paperwork that I had, some of my old dogs' pedigrees and stuff. So I think my first paper pit bull that I purchased was around 2000 or 2001.
Okay.
And I started then just breeding pits. I was always into, back then a pit bull was like a leaner dog.
Yeah.
And so, but I was always wanting to make them bigger. So, back then all the information wasn't available like it is now on the internet. Yeah. So it was a little bit harder to do things. It wasn't as easy to network, with people out of state.
Yeah.
I was basically breeding local dogs that I had picked up. I knew a lady that actually had brought a dog from, I think, Las Vegas, Nevada, and I was fortunate enough to get a dog from her. And he was probably the best dog I had at the time. And so I bred, for a couple of years doing the pit bull thing.
Okay.
And just went from there, man. And that was the early 2000s, man. But I took a long break. I barely jumped back in the game this past year. So I took a long break.
Yeah. So how you feeling about the game now compared to then?
Man, like I said, I mean, a lot of things have changed. Everything has changed, because like I said, the internet access, the social media access has changed. Being able to market your dogs has changed. And that was one of the biggest struggles I had back then, was marketing my dogs, because, I had internet access, but at that time there was no social media.
Yeah.
So I just was limited to like putting ads in the paper. They have like a Thrifty Nickel paper here that I would put ads in that thing. I would pay for ads and things like that. But, just the networking of it all has changed. And of course, the whole style of the dogs, there was no now there's micros and exotics and all these different styles, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's changed drastically, but, I'm all for it, man. I love all Bullyz. Um, my favorites are XLs. That's what I own. So, yeah, it's changed a lot, man. It's changed a lot. Like you said, the colors and all that stuff. Like back then, like I was so excited to get a blue because everybody was hyped up on the blue. So I had finally got one. I had puppies. I had blue puppies. I was so excited. But now those are just like some common thing. Everybody's jumping on the Merles and stuff now. So
yeah. But I mean, it's a phase.
For sure.
I mean, it's always history is gonna repeat itself. So blue's gonna come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and when it does come back, it's gonna be real.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because I know some nice blues. I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
So when they come back, it's gonna be strong for sure.
Yeah.
So price wise, how has it changed since this 2000?
Man, big time, bro. So back then I was I was getting $500 a puppy, and I thought that was great. I was like, man, I'm making $500 a pup. Like, I'm really doing this. But now, man, you see them going for anywhere from on the low end 1,500, maybe 1,000, depending on who you know or whatever. But I've seen dogs go $10,000. But I think the average price right now is probably like for a good dog with a good pet. Probably about $5,000, somewhere around there. I mean, if you know somebody, maybe you get one for 3,500, something like that. But they're in the thousands now. And back then I was getting 500. So, it's changed big time. But I think at the time I thought 500 was good. But now that I'm looking back and all the work that you got to put in, I mean, I think they're worth thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? And I hate to put a price tag on a dog because they are living creatures. But if you're trying to run a business, if you want to run a kennel, money has to come in. So yeah, man. So the price has changed drastically.
Yeah. And I mean, I've I interviewed Bossy. So
yeah.
Bossy dogs the stud fees are like, I think the cheapest stud fee is like 7,500.
Yeah, no.
And I think and I think they go up to like 25. So
man, I gotta take my hat off to them, man. They doing their thing, man.
It's no knock. And then like again, it's all in what you think your dog is worth.
Right.
Like once your dog produces, at that point is what you think your dog's is worth.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people don't understand that. And I've seen people come out and like a guy I know, he got a nice Merle and his stuff, he's 7,500.
Wow.
And that was before he produced anything.
Yeah.
But he producing, like he's really producing. So, he made it count. Like, so it worked out for him. And it doesn't work out like that for everybody.
Right.
And I think most people kind of start with like putback deals.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To get your feet wet. And I mean, with that, I mean, what's your opinion on the putback deals? How do you feel about those?
I think it's all good, man. I think some people might ruin it with like not doing the deal correctly.
Yeah.
Maybe not giving you the pick that you're supposed to get on the putback deal. I definitely think if it's somebody you can trust, I mean, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Because I mean, back then when I was breeding at first, I never even had heard of that. You know what I mean? Like it was just like I had the pups and I sold them and that was it. Like I didn't, and I studied my dog out. I didn't even think about a pup back deal. Like if I would have thought about that back then, I would have, because honestly, I sold pups that I wish I didn't. Like I seen them after they grew up and I'm like, man, I should have kept him. I should have done a little deal on that stuffy. But as long as you can trust the other party, the other kennel, the other person that you're doing the pup back deal with, man, I'm all for it, man, because it's just like a mutual agreement that can work out for both parties. So I mean, it's a good thing to do if you can trust the other person.
Yeah. So how do you feel about as far as that goes? Are you more selective? Are you going to be more selective as far as who you breed with? Or
I mean, go ahead.
Because some people, like, if you pay the stud fee, you can use them.
Right.
And then some people are like, nah, I'm not breeding, you know.
I mean, it works both ways because without getting your stud out there and
Mhm.
getting the pups out there and showing that he can produce, um, you're not going to be able to prove that he's a producer. So,
Yeah,
but at the same time, I see what you're saying about being selective because you don't just want to breed them to any female because some people, I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody's dog, but you might not like the look or just the dog in general that they trying to
yeah,
breed with. And it could possibly backfire and the pups come out not looking good, maybe because of the female and not because of your male.
yeah,
And it just, I mean, I'm probably gonna be kind of selective with my male. I mean, he's only 10 months and I'm getting hit up left and right for stud fees and stud services. And I'm honestly not really in a rush to do that because I got a female that I want to do something with, and I want to see what I could do in my own yard first.
yeah,
And but I do got some friends that have been asking me, and they do got some quality dogs that I wouldn't mind breeding with. I just want to see what I'm working with first.
yeah,
So um, I mean, I'm all for it, man. I mean, I got a, I got a nice stud, man. Sirius Jones.
yeah,
He's 10 months, man. He's on swole. The pedigree's there. Uh, he's to the standard. That's why I purchased him because I seen the guy I got him from. The first thing he did was send me a picture of the ABKC standard, the photos of how the dogs are supposed to look,
yeah,
and he sent me a picture of his dad right next to him, and it was to the T. So I was like, yeah, I got to get him. So I
yeah,
made that happen ASAP.
yeah, yeah. I feel you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I think you have to be selective to a point.
right,
Like, so some people they try to fix faults.
right.
You
Which
know,
is possible. Which
it's
is
possible.
possible.
But
Yeah,
you don't. Me personally, I don't really want to take that chance so much. Especially
right.
when you first starting out, because you really risking your dog's name.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
so if you do it that way, and like let's say you're trying to fix the easty westy feet,
Uh,
and that's tough. That's
yeah,
one of the toughest things to fix. Even if your dog got perfect feet,
yeah,
that's one of the toughest things to fix. So, like, you got to be selective. Everything else on that dog can be beautiful, perfect,
right,
but you don't want to. Like, I just wouldn't take the chance. Like, that's tough, because
yeah.
you don't know. Like,
You don't.
it's not like you can see it on the ultrasound or none of that. Like, it once the pups come out, that's what you find out what you got. Like, that's how it goes. So,
Yeah,
I think that's a big thing, um, that people have to understand that, and they got to also understand that all money isn't good money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's where people get lost at. Like, they look at the dollar signs instead of, what I mean, trying to better the breed.
yes. And so I got a little short little vlog that I did about my female going into heat, and I kind of touch basis on that. And it's more towards, the new breeders, the new guys that want to jump in the game, because of course all the vets in the game they already know that. But I always suggest like don't let this be your main hustle,
Yeah,
especially if you're starting out. You know what I mean? Like you want to have your job where you get money from, and that allows you to take the time to breed the dogs correctly. Because if you're in a rush to make your money back, because like first thing first, I know like it's a big investment, and you're not gonna get your money back right away.
nah,
So a lot of guys they want to rush it, breed their dog on the first heat, breed to any dog available. One of their friends has a dog and they just want to make puppies right away, and they have all those faults, the feet facing different ways, and whatever else, high rear end, whatever else bad traits the dog can have. They just breed right away. So in the vlog, I'm just kind of breaking it down, like man, like have some other source of income. That way it doesn't force you to rush the process, because that's what it is, man. It's a process. You got to take your time, pick the right dogs to breed to, especially if like you really care about the breed,
Yeah.
because it's not a quick flip, man. It's not a quick flip at all. And people think they're gonna jump right in it and make all these racks and make all this money, but it's not gonna happen, bro. So like me, I got other sources of income. Um, and this is just like I do it because I love these dogs, man, and these are my family members. These dogs are family, bro. They we love them to death. We treat them just like my kids, man. They just family. So I suggest just taking your time, man. Anybody just jumping in the game, just take your time. I know it's just patience. That's all it is, man. You gotta be patient.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the one of the guys I talked to before I got into it told me, he was like, "Man, listen, if you got $3,000 and you go buy a dog, you're gonna be able to feed the dog, uh, vet bills, anything happening to the
Yeah,
dog, you can be able to take care of it." He's like, "That's
yeah,
all you got? Don't do it." Like, you know what
right.
I mean? Like, he like, you gotta have money coming in to take care of the dogs. And I think that's where a lot of people get lost at, as far as how much it takes
Yeah, and so
monetarily to
yeah,
take
and
care of the dogs.
my bad. Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
another thing. That's another thing I point out is that um, if you want to have multiple dogs, I would suggest not only figuring out how much money it's going to cost to buy the dogs, but also contain them, because you want to keep the dog safe, and you want to keep your neighbor safe, or whoever else is around the dogs, because they're dogs, man. So I mean, with bullies, what I've noticed is their temperament is different, their attitude is different, they're a lot more calm, but at
yeah,
the same time they are dogs, and you don't know what can happen. So you want to make sure they're secure, and also people will steal your dogs.
yeah,
They'll steal them, so you got to think about where you're going to have them contained. So this time around, when I decided to start breeding again, I invested a lot of money into my kennel setup. So I've heard breeders I just heard breeders talking at these little meet and greets and stuff like that, and I've heard people talk about how they dogs were outside in the winter and things like that. And I'm like, bro, you gotta invest in your setup, man. If you want to do things the right way, you want to keep your dogs clean, safe, invest in that setup, man. Just as much as you're going to invest in the dogs, invest in your setup, man. Make sure they're secure.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I think I spent, I don't know, like maybe like 120 on food in
Yeah,
like this month, maybe. And I
yeah,
got
easy.
I got two and a puppy. Like,
Yeah,
so I'm like, and like that's what I'm saying. Like, then you got to worry about vet bills,
yeah,
the shots, the vaccinations.
yeah,
If something go wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like anything, like you got to have a plan for that. And
yeah.
then
Something's always gonna come up.
yeah, always
You know.
like one of my dogs, Kobe, he's allergic to like these little bushes, so I had to
Yeah,
cut him down. But before
yeah,
I figured out what it was, I took him to the vet, and they like, oh yeah, you gotta. So this shampoo right here is $50. They like, yeah, you gotta keep it
yeah,
on for 10 minutes. I'm like, no, how you keep
yeah.
my dog? Like, he's super active. Like he
Right,
active. So it's like, no, I can't keep no shampoo on him for 10 minutes. Like it's
right.
not gonna work.
Yeah,
But just stuff like that, and people don't understand. Like the dogs have allergies, so if your dog's allergic to chicken, like the cost of your food just went up, and
yeah.
that's whether you feeding them kibble or raw or whatever.
Raw. Yeah.
So you gotta really really understand it before you jump into it, um, because you can waste some money.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
And that's another reason why I want to do the interviews with breeders that have been breeding. And some of the breeders are kind of new to it too, but I try to get people that have been breeding for a while.
yeah,
That way they can explain those things to people. So I did an interview with the guy Eugene, and he's from Golden Muscle Bullies, and he said the same thing, man. Was like, containment is a big part of it, because if they're not contained, for one, your male's gonna get your female as soon as she goes in the heat. They'll do anything they can to get to them. You know that
Yeah.
any breeder, anybody that's had a dog that goes in the heat, your males are gonna go crazy. They'll chew through chain link. They'll jump fences. They'll break whatever you got them on.
Yeah.
They'll do whatever they can. So that, and just knowing that you want to feed them good. You don't want to feed them cheap food. You want to try to invest in some, if you can feed them raw, that's a good thing to do. If you can't, invest in some good kibble, some good dog food that can just improve their overall quality of life. Because you don't want to go the cheap route, man. It'll show. So
It
just
always
like,
does.
yeah, like you said, man, just know that you're gonna spend some money, man. It's not just when you bought a dog. It's not over then. You gotta keep spending money, and then like some people want to do the show thing. You're gonna spend money traveling. You're gonna be disappointed if you don't win. You're gonna feel
Yeah.
like you wasted your money, but it's just all part of the process, man.
Yeah.
It's just all there.
Yeah, and it's not just money. Like that's another thing they gotta understand. It's time too.
Oh, a lot of time.
So early mornings, late nights,
Yep.
and that's not we're not even showing. You
Right.
know? Like a lot of breeders that I know, they don't even show their dogs. They have somebody that they take them to for the training.
Right. Right.
So that like a handler that handles their dog.
Yeah.
Um, like a lot of breeders don't even have time to do it, to do the handling.
Yeah. It's just so time consuming.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure, man. I know exactly what you're saying, man. All that's truth. Everything you're saying is the truth, man.
yeah. So I mean the money is a lot, the time is a lot. If you're gonna get into the game, you gotta have time. You gotta make time. Like even if you don't have time, you gotta make time.
Yes,
And
sir.
I think that's one of the hardest things to do because you get lost in it, because I like to travel. So now
Yeah.
like, when you have Bullyz, you gotta find somebody to keep your dogs and then when you got multiple dogs, it gets harder. Like when you add dogs, it gets harder to find somebody that's willing to do that, that you trust. And
Oh
that's
yeah, for
another
sure.
thing. Yeah, because if
Yeah.
you don't like if it's not somebody you can trust, you come back, your dogs are gone.
Gone. That's your whole
Yeah,
investment gone.
yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think the good thing now is you can microchip them.
Yeah. Yeah,
So that's
definitely.
so that's one thing that's helped a lot with that. But still, all in all, man, like my cousin, I know one of his dogs got stolen, and they used paperwork from another dog.
Oh yeah, all day.
Like all the time they hang the paperwork. Like, yeah, this I don't know what you're talking about. This is my dog.
Yeah, well,
You know,
it's crazy because when I was breeding back in the day, they stole a grown dog from me. He was full grown, and he was actually gone for a whole year. And the only way I got him back was one of the guys that helped steal him, I guess.
yeah,
They started beefing with each other, and he came and told me. So he said, "Hey man, I know where your dog's at." So right before they had stolen, um, I had some puppies, and they were already getting to a certain age. And I said, "Man, you know what? If you take me to my dog, man, I'll give you any one of these puppies." So he ended up taking me to the dog, man. I got him back after a year, but they're still a grown dog too.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, like you said, the temperament with the Bullies is different
Yeah,
because some of them are aggressive, but most of
right.
them like aren't people aggressive. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
not at
Unless
all.
they're trained to be like that, of course. If they're trained to be
Right.
like that, they will. But like my dogs love people, so
Love him. Yeah,
like they'll run up to people and
yeah.
if somebody want to take them, they can take them.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
what you want, man. You really
yeah,
want a people friendly dog. Like
yeah,
that's how I do with Sirius Jones and my female, man. We take them out to the farmers market, to the flea market. Let people pet them. So it's the same thing, man. I understand what you're saying. They people friendly, and that's what you want, man. You don't want an aggressive dog that might end up hurting somebody later or something like
yeah,
that. So yeah,
yeah,
you're right, man. They people friendly, so they can be stolen.
yeah. That's a whole nother batch of worms.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If your dog bites somebody, not only are you gonna lose that investment because most likely you're gonna have to put them down, but
yo.
then you might have a civil suit on your hand.
Yeah, I've
So
been through it, man. I've
yeah,
been through all that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you gotta pay attention. like this lifestyle is different, man, and it's different in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. Um, but as far as your dogs, how are you feeling about your dogs right now? How old is your female?
So my male and my female are both 10 months. So they were born, I think, 2 weeks apart.
Okay.
And so I planned it out like that. I wanted to find a female at the same time that I got a male because I knew that I was gonna start breeding again. And I didn't I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to get it going. So
Yeah.
I did my research. I found both of them. I liked the way the breeders was doing their thing. And so man, they looking great, man. Like I don't want to, just brag on my own dogs, but
Yeah.
they both XLs. They're both filling out nice. They're both big, about 100 pounds each at
Okay.
10 months, maybe a little bit more. And also they great with people, man. They just good dogs. They listen good. Um, I'm trying to make the time to train them as much as I can. I've been I don't have that much experience training dogs. I was
Yeah.
just breeding them before. I really wasn't into training them or showing them. I'd really like to get into showing my male. So I know a girl in a neighboring city. She does shows. She does ABKC shows. Her dog is close to being a champion, and so I just been taking tips from her and other people. Man, like I said, I just ask questions, man. Like I think that's the biggest thing is like you can't act like you know what you're doing all the time, and just ask people that's been doing it, man. Like I don't, I'm not embarrassed to ask questions. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just ask, and I'm constantly asking breeders about everything, what they feeding their dogs, what they do with them on a daily basis, the best exercises for them, things like that. But yeah, my dogs are looking great, man. Sirius Jones, man, I talked to the guy I got him from all the time, and he's like, yeah, that's the one I should have kept.
Yeah.
so so I know he's looking good. Everywhere we go, tons of compliments. Um, yeah, he's just muscular, stocky little guy, correct feet, just to the T, man, looking good. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what these two dogs that I picked out
Mm.
are gonna do with each other. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they got the pairs to back them up. I know that doesn't always mean everything,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking that just with the look and with the prior pups from those kennels have came out to be, I'm thinking I got something going on here. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So you seeing your vision come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. And just like I said, nowadays you can market, man. Like it's just
Yeah.
out there for you to go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't market your dogs, and that's on you.
And it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
That's the best part. It's free.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know. So how do you market now? I know you're not marketing them as much as like as far as like studying, but how do you
yeah.
market them just for now, like just getting them out there?
Well, for the most part, we just been hitting like a lot of little fun shows.
Okay.
And like me, like I talk to everybody, man. Like if you ask anybody that's been at any of these shows, I approach everybody. I talk
Yeah.
to everybody, and I'm cool with everybody. And that's what I want to bring to the bully game is like take away like the hate and the non-communication between other breeders. Like my little saying is like we all have one thing in common, man. We all love bullies.
That's a
You know what
fact.
I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no reason for us not to work together. You know what I mean? If you breed XLs, I'm cool with that. I'm breeding XLs. Like, if we hate on each other, it's not going to stop each other from breeding our dogs.
Nah.
You know what I mean? It's not going to stop. You're not going to stop me from selling mine, and I'm not going to stop you from selling yours. So, we might as well work together, be cool, network. And so, I go to these shows and I just talk to everybody. Um, I got cards. I printed out business cards. I pass them out to everybody, and then I just shoot a lot of video, man. I just
Yeah.
shoot video because I just want to show love, and that's my way of showing love. Is like shooting good video of everybody's dogs, so you could see the last two little meet and greets I went. They're on my YouTube channel. I went to one in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and a couple weeks before that, I went to one in El Paso, Texas, and just ask people if I could shoot some footage of their dogs. We using good cameras, making sure the dogs look good, and go home and edit it up. Get all the footage edited. Make sure everybody's looking good. And yeah, I just been networking like that, man. Just using the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff, and just everything that's available, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's important, man. Like everything you said about the cameras and like everybody that I've interviewed, they've kind of said that you know, the cell phone pics don't do it. Like don't do
Nah,
the cell phone pics.
nah.
Um so
And see, so
I got your
go ahead,
your YouTube channel pulled up.
yeah,
And
yeah.
this your Albuquerque show, so I'll let you go into this a little bit.
Yeah, so that's just me riding up there, explaining where I'm going. I had already reached out to some of the guys in Albuquerque and let them know I was coming. And as soon as they messaged me, they had seen my prior videos. They was like, "Make sure you bring your camera." So I brought the camera with me. So it's just a quick little vlog of me driving up there, getting some footage of the desert. I see that's my dog, Sirius Jones, in the back. Um, and we just got out there, man, and had a good time, man. They had a DJ. They had it was like a lowrider slash bully fun show. So they
Okay.
had cars out there.
Yeah, that's
Um,
dope.
yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was a good time. It was nice weather. Like in New Mexico, man, we got great weather. Like in the Southwest, it's always sunny outside. So we able to have shows outside all the time, even through the winter months. It's rarely ever cold. That's a border check right there that you got to go through. So I just got a little footage of us going through the border check. Through the cities, you got to go through border checks or whatever. That's some footage of us going through the desert, just nice little scenery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like I said, man, I had reached out, or some guys had reached out to me, like a guy, Lucky Charms Kennels, reached out to me. So I met up with him. He had his car out there. I got footage of his car. And then I think the first kennel that I talked to is I believe they're called Sick Intentions, and all those are Bossy's dogs, and they got a lot of dogs, man, and they all beautiful dogs. Those are all Bossy's dogs. Um, and they also have which I'm a huge fan of, and I'll bring that up here in a little bit. Is they got you heard of Caribou Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got one of the guys from this kennel. He's the owner of Caribou Lou, and what's crazy is we was breeding the same dogs in the early 2000s. We was
Okay.
he produced Caribou Lou from all local dogs from this city that I come from, and I had some of his dogs relatives. So I was always excited to talk to him because we know all the same people, and just to see him take it to that level that he took Caribou Lou to and produced him,
Yeah.
I was excited. So he was out there as well.
Okay.
And a lot of other kennels. That's a grand champion dog, I think, right there. I think he's a USBR champion, and maybe also I can't remember but he explains it in the vlog. So I did 2 videos. I did like a vlog, and then I did a recap. So the recap is nothing but just footage of all the dogs and everybody that was out there, and just show love, like that guy, Heritage Bullyz, just showing love to everybody, man, giving everybody a chance to be in the spotlight.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't like the spotlight. The light, and it's not for everybody.
Yeah,
Um, and I don't really like the spotlight, honestly.
yeah,
Like I'm a behind the scenes guy, but you know what I
right,
mean. I
right,
figured it wasn't an outlet for dogs in general. You
right,
know,
right, right,
everywhere I looked, there was no vlogs, there was no podcast, there was nothing for dogs. So I was like,
right.
you know what, I'm gonna make a podcast.
Smart man.
You know what I mean? But I was like, I want everybody to be able to be able to see your face, to be able to understand like you talking to a real person. And
Exactly.
that's kind of why I don't really do like the editing portion. Like I just wanted to be raw.
Right.
And I feel like if somebody had an issue with like they felt like they said the wrong thing, I probably work something. But you know what I mean? Like I haven't had that issue.
Right.
Everybody's been pretty comfortable with everything.
Yeah.
Um, and I want you like I want everybody to know like, hey man, you make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
you know what I mean? Like this ain't perfect.
Right,
You know,
right.
like I
Yeah,
had
we
a
all
video.
human.
Yeah, I think was it my last podcast or the one before that? I was on here talking, and nobody could hear me.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, but
I
you
thought
know,
it was something wrong with my audio. I'm
yeah,
like, I
but
can't even hear him talking, man. I was
yeah,
checking on my audio. I didn't know what was going on.
yeah, but I'm just like, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it happens. Hey, man, my bad, my mic wasn't on, or whatever the case
right,
was. I forgot
right.
what it was, but like I just want everybody to understand, like, man, you can do anything. Like, you gonna make mistakes, but like that's how you get better. You
Yeah, for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? And that goes for the same thing with your dogs. Like, when you first get your first dog, you're like, oh yeah. And then, like, 6 months later, you're like, damn, I wish I had done that different. You
Right,
know, like
right.
I can have him in a way better place. Like, instead of trying to do it now, I should have done that when he was 2 months.
Exactly, exactly.
So everything's a learning experience, and that's kind of why I wanted to have like the visual aspect to it, and also give everybody a chance to promote their brand, their dogs, like whatever they got going on.
Yeah,
So you deliver content just like I deliver content,
yes, sir.
but I'm not hating on you for delivering content.
Exactly. Because why? Why? If you
It's
do, I'm still gonna do it. You
You
know what I
still gonna
mean?
do it, but the thing is, it's so much content. So
Yeah,
like even if me and you interview the same people,
right.
we gonna get different versions, a different conversation. It's gonna be
Yeah,
something different. It's just
yeah.
like when you watch a movie again. You see something that you didn't see the first time. Like, damn, I didn't even see that license plate said such and such. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I mean, I think a lot of people, that's where like the bully game is kind of messed up. Is everybody? It's, well, not everybody, but a lot of people hate
Yeah,
instead of understanding. Like, like a lot of people love dogs.
yeah.
Everybody's not gonna like my dogs.
Right.
Everybody's not gonna like your dog. So what, like, what I mean? It's enough out here for everybody to eat and everybody to be productive.
Yes, sir.
And like you said, you do it together.
Yeah,
So whether me and you collaborate on something later or we don't,
right.
we got this to go back to, because it's not going down. I'm not taking it down. It's gonna be, it's on the internet, so it's here forever.
Yeah, it's
But
there to stay.
but who's to say I don't come to New Mexico and we don't go to the show together?
Right,
Or we
right,
don't meet at a show. I see you at a show. I ain't even know you was gonna be there.
right.
But that's how you network. Like, you meet people, you network. That's the way you grow. And if you
All
create a
day.
strong network, like, you might need something from somebody I interviewed, and I might be able
Right.
to plug you straight in, or vice
Exactly.
versa. So,
Exactly.
it's like the hate thing. That's just beyond me, man. Like, I don't have time for it. Like, I feel like, what I mean, like, that's a waste of energy.
It's too time consuming, man. Like
Yeah,
it takes up space in my mind. I can't do it. Like I got too many other thoughts going on, too many other ideas, and I'm just too busy, honestly. And I just gonna do me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I started the YouTube channel, and I was just like, I told my family, I'm like, look, it might take off, it might not. I'm gonna do it anyway. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, and I mean, honestly, like being on quarantine 2020, seeing people get sick, all that stuff, man, it just motivated me, man. Like, hey, look, you don't know when your time's coming. You know what I mean? You gotta get out there and do something. You could sit around if you want to, but I'm not.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, traveling and stuff like that. I mean, it's tough, but what I mean, you just gotta be safe. At the end of the day, be safe.
Yeah,
Try to protect yourself and your family, but you
yeah,
gotta live life, man. You
got
know.
to.
So I mean, I know at the beginning of it, everybody like real paranoid and stuff like that.
Yeah, we was
But
freaked out. Nobody
yeah,
knew.
yes. But I mean, now it's like, stuff is kind of it's going back to normal. It's not there, not even
Yeah,
close, but you can
yeah,
see certain things coming back to normal, um,
yeah,
in every aspect. But like, I like seeing this, like people at shows, like people laughing, smiling. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like being around people, like that's
yeah.
love.
You got to, man. It's it's a mental thing, man. Like I know the virus is getting people sick, but mentally people was getting sick just being in the house, man, and not having
Yeah,
that human interaction. You know what I mean? So I know it took a toll on us. And my kids, it's weird, man, but they couldn't wait to go back to school, man. Like I never heard kids say they wanted to go to school, and
yeah,
they love school. They actually appreciate school now, and so they all athletes, and they got that taken away from them. So now they appreciate every time they get to participate. And like I said, man, it motivated me, man. I had so much time to think. I was just sitting at home thinking about stuff. And I'm like, you know what? When this is over, or when it's partly over, I'm just going to get to it, man. I'm just going to, I ain't embarrassed to fail. I mean, that's what I encourage everybody, man. Don't be embarrassed to fail, because then you're never going to accomplish anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just get out there and do it, man. Put your mind to it. Don't quit, man. Don't quit. Just go for it. That's all I'm doing, is just going for it. And at the same time, I thought, if I could help other people, I think it'll work out for me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's really what I'm trying to do, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, man, like I like the network, man. So any way I
Yeah.
can help you, you let me know.
Yeah.
Anything you
Likewise.
let me know, and we gonna build, man.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna definitely spread the word for you, man. Like I mean,
I
I like I
appreciate it.
said, I like what you're doing. I listened to some of the other podcasts you did. I mean, I enjoy hearing people talk about dogs, man, because like I feel like I learned stuff just listening to them other ones, like things I didn't know, little tips that people give, and little insights. And because basically, man, you a lot of things you just learn, they just come off of experiences, you know what I mean? Like I mean, I always tell people, like, anybody younger than me, like, I got more experiences, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
sometimes you might just want to listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we was all hard headed. We was
Yeah,
them. We were
exactly.
there.
Exactly.
I'm like, hey man, look, I did what you about to do.
Yeah.
Go do it. You
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
it's you got they got to learn like we learn. But
Yo.
hopefully the insight we can give them, they can take it and strive past the hurdles we had to go through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yo.
man. Yeah, man. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know if there's anybody you want to shout out, anybody you want to plug. But now's the time.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I just want to shout out everybody, man. Like Big Time Bullyz YouTube channel. It's not just about me and mine. It's about everybody out there with a big time bully. Feel free to hit me up. You can hit us on Instagram at Big Time Bullies. DM us, let us know you want to link up and do something. I'm willing to help. You know, and man, just look out for us, man. We'll have some pups probably maybe at the end of the year, beginning of next year. I'm not trying to rush nothing, just trying to make it happen the right way. And like I said, man, check out the YouTube channel, Big Time Bullies. Hit that subscribe button, because I need them subscribers for sure, and the
Definitely.
views. Check out the videos. I'm trying to bring y'all some good content, man. It's not just some cell phone video that I'm putting together. We actually taking the time to, sometimes we in the studio, sometimes we out, vlogging or whatever, but we using good cameras, trying to bring some good footage to y'all, and just give y'all a different perspective on the bully game, and show love, man. Just like, so we're just gonna roll like that, man. See what the rest of the year brings us. Hopefully it's nothing but good stuff. So we'll see what's up.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. Well, good luck with everything. You know what I
Yes, sir.
mean? Big Time Bullies, the
Yes,
vlog, the
sir.
YouTube, everything, man. Good luck with all of it.
I
And like I
appreciate
said,
it.
man, anything I can do to help point you
Yeah.
in the right direction, get you in contact with somebody, let me know, man.
Yeah, I'll be in touch, man, and I really appreciate you reaching out, man. I look at this like a big opportunity, man. I never been on a podcast, so I was excited. You know what I mean? And so, just been doing my YouTube thing, but this isn't something new to me. So, yo, I was really excited to do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. But yeah, man, that's the show, man. Nothing but dog cast. Dust, Big Time Bullies, T, nothing but dogs cast. Y'all check us out. We on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, IGTV, and every major audio platform. So make sure you check in. And we out of here.
Peace.
Peace.